Have you ever wondered what lessons many people learn too late in life? Get ready because, in this video, I will reveal those lessons from the perspective of Stoicism, offering powerful tools to face challenges and grow as an individual. If you are new here, please like the video and subscribe. Statistics show that only a small percentage of my audience is subscribed to the channel, so if this content has helped you in any way, I ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now, let's start discovering how these timeless lessons can offer clarity and direction in modern chaos. Work hard in silence and let your success make all the noise. You are the only person who has to be with you all the time, so start liking yourself and who you are. Never let a bad day make you feel like you have a bad life. Every second you spend comparing your life to someone else's is a second you lose of your own. If you don't like something about your life, you have to change it. It won't change for you. When you write the story of your life, don't let anyone else hold the pen. Every person in your life is a teacher. Some bring lessons about love and support. Others teach you what to avoid. Overthinking ruins you, ruins the situation, distorts things, makes you worry about futile questions, and makes everything much worse than it really is. Don't worry about what people say behind your back. They are people who always find faults in your life instead of fixing the faults in their own. Stop looking for the good in people and start looking for good people. You have to do what is right for you. No one else is walking in your shoes. The more grateful you are, the more things you will attract to be grateful for. You can lie down so people can walk over you, and they will still complain that you're in their way. When you think about life, remember this: no amount of guilt can change the past, and no amount of anxiety can change the future. Prioritizing yourself is not selfish. You see the true colors of a person when you are no longer beneficial to their life. Don't get married because you think it's something you should do. You don't have as much time as you think. Tell the people you love that you love them and say it often. If you've never questioned whether you made the right decision, you haven't taken enough significant risks. Not everyone is with you as they say they are. Never trust what someone says, watch what they do. You can't love someone enough to make them love you back. Be careful with your words. Once they are said, they can only be forgiven, not forgotten. Don't let someone who wronged you make you think there's something wrong with you. Be smart enough to realize that life doesn't wait for you to be okay. Go where you are appreciated, not just tolerated. Fix your body before anything else. Having a weak body is a reflection of your broken mind, your lack of willpower, discipline, and your poor life decisions. Some disconnections will bless your life. True success doesn't depend on seeking validation from others. It comes from seizing opportunities, proving what you are capable of, and achieving your goals despite the challenges. When you find someone smarter than you, work with them. Don't be intimidated by them. Don't belittle yourself because they didn't value you. Know your worth, even if they don't. If you are willing to sacrifice what you want most for what you want now, your future will always be full of disappointments. Being single with peace of mind is much better than being in a relationship with someone who makes your life miserable. Sometimes you just have to say no and ignore the guilt that follows. Often, the right thing and the hardest thing are the same. What you do today can improve all your tomorrows. Sometimes in life, your situation will repeat until you learn the lesson. It doesn't matter if you're right. Sometimes the people you surround yourself with will shape your life in more ways than you think. Sometimes there is no right decision to make. In those cases, first, make a decision and then work to make it right. The biggest and worst mistake you can make in life is to continually fear that you will make one. Learn to be content and happy with yourself. If you need company to be happy, then it will weaken you. You are not responsible for what other people expect of you. Not all thoughts need to be expressed. There are things in life we don't want to happen but have to accept. Things we don't want to know but have to learn. And people we can't live without but have to let go. No matter who tries to teach you life lessons, you won't understand them until you live them yourself. You can start your life anew anytime you want. You can start being the person you truly want to be today, right now. The people who ask the most from you are the ones who do the least for you. Never sacrifice these three things: your family, your heart, or your dignity. Always look where you're going, not where you've been. Sometimes it's not people who change, but the mask that falls off. Show respect even to people who don't deserve it, not as a reflection of their character, but as a reflection of yours. When you can't find a solution to a problem, it probably isn't a problem to solve, but a truth to accept. Nothing disappears until it teaches us what we need to know. Don't make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. Sometimes it's better to simply walk away from certain people, no matter how hard it is. Some people simply aren't worth the effort to understand. To know someone's character, don't just observe their actions, but also their reactions. It's harder to fake a reaction. The way people treat you is a reflection of their character, not yours. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. Don't base your self-worth on the opinions of others. Don't do anything you'll later have to lie about. Making others look bad doesn't make you look better. Light travels faster than sound. That's why some people seem bright until you hear them speak. Sometimes you just need to relax and have faith that things will work out. Let go a little and just let life happen. Life is inherently risky. There is only one big risk you should avoid at all costs, and that is the risk of doing nothing. Failure shows us the way by showing us what is not the way. It's normal to feel bad after making the right decision. No matter how kind and friendly you are, some people will despise you. Don't waste your time on them. Hard times are actually a blessing because they wake you up to the good things you never paid attention to. Never try to gain someone's sympathy. The people who care about you will be there for you when you need them. You can't make someone love you by giving them what they no longer appreciate. Most of the time, you have to swallow the pain and learn to grow on your own. Money doesn't guarantee happiness, but poverty can bring significant challenges. Hiding from your problems won't make them disappear. Facing them is the only way to grow. Regrets can persist all your life if you don't learn to forgive yourself and others. The time you spend comparing yourself to others is time wasted on useless thoughts. Often, people will take advantage of your kindness if you let them. Problems are rarely as bad as we think, or rather, they are precisely as bad as we think. Sometimes, painful things can teach us lessons we didn't think we needed to know. Be happy on your own. Don't look for someone else to validate your existence. Act as if you've already been there before. You should welcome change as a rule, but not as your ruler. Just because things could have been different doesn't mean they would have been better. Life doesn't get easier or more forgiving. We get stronger and more resilient. It's not the mistakes that define one's character, but how one responds to those mistakes. People will disappoint you, so never completely trust anyone. Hard work doesn't always guarantee success, but laziness almost certainly guarantees failure. You will never be truly happy if you constantly seek validation from others. The pursuit of perfection is futile. Aim for progress instead. Your worth is non-negotiable. Never settle for anything or anyone that diminishes it. Be careful with what you tolerate. You are teaching people how to treat you. You will never be sure about a decision, but always make a decision because it's better to go back and fix it than not make it at all. No matter who tries to teach you life lessons, you won't understand them until you live them yourself. You can start your life anew anytime you want. You can start being the person you truly want to be today, right now. The people who ask the most from you are the ones who do the least for you. Never sacrifice these three things: your family, your heart, or your dignity. Learn to say no without feeling guilty. Protect your time and priorities. Perhaps you're not healing because you're trying to be who you were before. That person no longer exists because there is a new you trying to be born. There will always be someone who can't see your worth. Don't let it be you. You don't learn anything from life if you think you're always right. No one owes you anything. You have to work for what you want. Life isn't fair, and it never will be. Accept it and move on. You can't control how others treat you, but you can control how you respond. Always remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow is our doubts of today. Never lose your sense of wonder. Don't ever let anyone dull your sparkle. Life is a journey to be experienced, not a problem to be solved. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. Be so busy improving yourself that you have no time to criticize others. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. Don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. The best way to predict your future is to create it. You don't need a reason to help people. In the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take. To succeed in life, you need 3 things: a wishbone, a backbone, and a funny bone. Your mind is a powerful thing. When you fill it with positive thoughts, your life will start to change. Life is too important to be taken seriously. Don't let your happiness depend on something you may lose. Never underestimate the power of a kind word or deed. We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Don't look for someone who will solve all your problems. Look for someone who won't let you face them alone. Be grateful for what you have. You'll end up having more. True happiness is not attained through self-gratification, but through fidelity to a worthy purpose. Never regret anything that made you smile. The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. No one has ever become poor by giving. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. Don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid not to try. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Every moment is a fresh beginning. Spread love everywhere you go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier. Life is short, and it's up to you to make it sweet. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. If life were predictable, it would cease to be life and be without flavor. The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well. Enjoy the little things in life, because one day you'll look back and realize they were the big things. As we conclude, remember that these life lessons serve as reminders of our capacity to learn, grow, and thrive, despite adversity. Embrace these lessons and let them guide you to a fulfilling and meaningful life. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment on what life lesson you found most impactful, and subscribe for more transformative content. See you in the next video.